How close is a really close call? Is it 3 feet from the edge of a cliff on shifting soil? Is it 2 feet from a speeding bullet? Is it 18 inches? Yeah, 18. On a sizzling hot day in southern Sudan, death was just 18 inches away. Perspiration is beading on my forehead. The camp shirt I just put on is already sweat-stained. The temperature at 7 a.m., 93 degrees, headed for 115 in the shade. In spite of the heat, I have plenty of work to do. For you see, I'm a linguist and I'm working with 3 native speakers of Moru, a tribal language whose alphabet has just been written. Together, we'll record Moru stories, songs, and poetry as a means of maintaining their culture. The men are not with me today, so I'm relaxing in the relative comfort of the shade of the grass roof over the veranda of the mud hut I call home. I should get busy now. Instead, I continue to gaze across the cultivated fields and grassy ones. That makes me think about the grass that is growing way too close to my hut. Oliver, my right-hand man, needs to cut a wider perimeter around the hut and the latrine. Without this dead zone, where nothing grows, creatures are bound to come far too close for comfort and security. Oliver is away today, but tomorrow I'll ask him to start on this important task. Quick trip to the pit latrine behind the house, and I'll start on my work. I squint involuntarily as I move from the shade into the blinding Sudanese sun and make my way around the side of the glistening, coal black eyes stop me in mid-stride. All thoughts of the dusty countryside, hot weather, linguistic problems instantly forgotten. For staring at me is a large black mamba, one of the fastest and most venomous snakes in the world. With my right foot frozen in air, 18 feet, 18 inches from the snake, I focus my eyes on the slender gray snake curled in multiple coils, more than 8 feet in length. Undoubtedly, the snake has lain in wait in the tall grasses growing far too near my hut. And he has spied the lizard basking in the warmth of the sun-baked wall and has snatched it in a move far too quick for the eye to register. In a millisecond, the lizard is dead. And the same venom that killed it can just as easily kill me in 3 minutes of intense agony. My reeling brain forms only one thought: this is not my day to die, not my day to die. But how am I to avoid the lizard's fate when I'm standing just inches from the mamba? Silently, answers begin to come. No quick moves, no loud noises, no aggressive action. But first, get both feet on the ground. for my right foot is still suspended 18 inches from death. Move slowly, very slowly. Don't let my shadow disturb the mamba. I'm balanced now, but still within inches of the snake. My heart is racing. I've got to calm down if I'm going to get out of this alive. Is there someone who can help me? Scanning the fields, I see 2 Sudanese farmers hoeing their sweet potato patch. Those blades are rusty, but they'll do for killing a snake. I'll call to them loud enough for them to hear, but not frantically. For if I startle the snake, he may strike me. Come, a snake, come here. The taller of the 2 men straightens up and looks in my direction. He says something to his partner, who pauses and also turns to look. There's a brief exchange between them, and then they head in my direction, each carrying his long-handled garden hoe. My heart is beating wildly. My eyes are burning from sweat. Sweat is drenching my body, for I'm still standing in the sun, focused on the snake that is not moved, not a muscle. The lizard is still clamped in its mouth, for the mamba clearly does not want to lose the prey it has captured and killed. The 2 farmers arrive, but stop well behind me, well out of the snake's striking range. If I could turn around, I would see the fear in their bulging eyes and gaping mouths. At last, one of the men finds his tongue, and he whispers, "Black mamba, too fast. Shotgun kill him." And they quickly back away and return to their garden. This is not their problem. It's mine alone. So I continue to stand in the sun, like the snake, as still as a rock, as quiet as a corpse. Minutes pass. Neither of us moves. I begin to tremble. He doesn't budge. In my mind, I recall a story, a game that my brother and I used to play when we were children, in which we try to stare each other down, and the first one who blinked lost. This is no childhood game I'm playing now. My competitor is skillful and dangerous, and he doesn't blink. The tension is exhausting, and I can't go on. All of a sudden, as if by magic, the snake is gone. His leaving is a blur, from a spiral of perfectly tensed muscle to an arrow shot far into the distant field. I would think I had imagined the entire incident, except for the dead lizard that lies now deserted at my feet. The snake is simply not there. But the mamba was here, and he blinked first. He outplayed the lizard in the first round, but I have won the second.